Alright, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Yep, today is, Thursday as usual. Arm day. Honestly, we're not really asleep or anything, but my nose is not very clear. So when I was drinking water, I had to hold the nose a bit because the oxygen in the water, it's not very smooth right now. Matter of fact, right now the breathing is not even smooth. The nose is like blocked fish. Alright, so I'm sorry, I was being a bit quiet there. We're not even sleepy. We're just kind of not as chatty, you know? Not even as chatty today. So yesterday, what did we do? We did like 5 hours of Overwatch, and we did like I think 3 hours of 3 hours of Ark. Yeah, I should really start doing the Overwatch thing. Oh no, yesterday was like a new season. Oh yeah, it was. So it makes sense. Oh well. Well, anyways, yeah. Today's gonna be another Geno Crisis day. Okay. Yesterday Geno Crisis was really, really interesting. We saw the kingdom, and we already committed crimes in the kingdom. Killed some humans by accident. Not really by accident. We shot them. But I'm not even sure if they're humans or not. They're more like zombies. Actually, no, some of them were humans. Yeah, they were. My bad. Whoops. Oh well. Anyways, yeah, so in Geno Crisis, the Lost Colony is quite interesting. But we left it, okay? Gonna probably rebuild the army, or no, rebuild our little base. Oh no. Look, all I know is that in Lost Colony, we found the terminal, so we can now leave and return whenever we want. But right now, the main goal is we're probably going to go back to Extinction after upgrading our loot. I'm thinking of trying to get something better in Extinction now that I know that we actually can tame creatures by killing the parents. So we might go do that. Yeah. Besides that, though, that's about it. Nothing too much else to talk about. Just a lot of Geno Crisis things today. We did like an 8 hour stream yesterday, except we had like one 30-minute break. One 30-minute break. But the thing is, the break was only for getting some sun. Also, you're drinking water and breathing and talking is quite taxing because trying to breathe and talk and digest the water makes so I have to use the rails for a few seconds. Or I could just not talk, you know? Golden hour seems very good today so far. So I don't know how it is yet. There's nothing to talk about right now. Again, I'm not even sleepy. I'm just kinda there's not really much to talk about. Plus I need to focus on breathing a bit more today. We only slept 30 minutes earlier. Didn't even get 1 hour. We did 30 minutes slightly earlier. And that was about it. Okay, so and 20 minutes we have to change the speed again. Because like I said, this machine, once it reaches 20 minutes, it slows down and tries to cool you off. But I ignore it usually and just lock in again. Crap, wasn't paying attention. 1 second off, my bad. It looks like it's currently diamond hour right now. But it doesn't really matter because we still got the treadmill to do. No, still got the steam machine to do. So, yeah. Maybe I am sleepy because I'm holding this position. Get up, lock in. I'll speed up take for a bit, so I won't be talking again. Now I go back to 6. That only went for like a few seconds. 6 is the speed we go. Nah, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing. The only thing I could really say is the Geno Crisis series, but like I said, right now the goal is to rebuild IKEA in the center, then probably go back to Extinction and see if there's any other things we can get. Yeah. And we're gonna start needing a rifle ourselves and stuff like that. So a bunch of gunpowder and all that. Probably an industrial forge as well. Now the real question is, where do I want to build the forge? Do I want to build the forge in the center or what? Hmm. Currently the base of the center is kind of the safest-ish. I just need to build a bit more extra spike walls on the hill. But I wonder if I can secure a better spot. Obviously the terminal and less colony is not a good idea because too many residents coming in and out. And in Extinction I don't even have a base yet. So maybe I should find a dedicated terminal. Well, what other maps have we opened? We could also open Scorched Earth. Maybe. But I'm gonna have to go a whole another journey to Innopolis. I know Aberration's got a lot of good loot. Only problem is the terminal in Aberration was all the way in the red zone at the very bottom. Yeah, it's gonna be a mission. Should have finished the water. My fault. Oh well. Hey, look. Again, as usual, 30 minutes, 300 calories, and 112 floors. Floors. 112. And golden hour. No, it's diamond hour. Look. It's straight up diamond hour. Not a single soul. Look, it's actually diamond hour. This is what diamond hour looks like, by the way, if you're wondering. Completely empty. All mine. It's like my own private gym. Sick. Awesome. A reminder, if you're watching this, if you're a woman, don't do this. Dangerous. If you're a guy, it doesn't really matter, because, yeah. Yeah, it's not exactly diamond hour. It's more like golden hour now. Is what it is. Still better than usual. Okay, well, as you know, we're gonna have to go dark. I mean, yeah, the only thing I'm thinking of is where should we build our first industrial forge? I need to figure out. I think maybe I'm actually thinking we might explore a new place instead. Before I actually build like a industrial forge and stuff, right? Maybe we should just get a few weapons and guns and stuff like that before I don't know. Maybe I actually will explore the explorers of the map or explore the other maps first. Okay. Well, since it's golden hour, I might have to quickly adjust some of the stuff here. for example, I'll take this off, and I'm gonna take this entire clip off too, so I could actually match it with the other one on the side. So I'll take this one off, and I'm gonna go grab another one. Yeah, that one's pretty solid. We're gonna be spending the whole entire rest of the time here, so might as well make it nice. See, I've got another clamper, stronger, and then we shall get a rope. There's a rope already here. Boom. And now we just need to get our straight bar. Again, I prefer the rubber handle straight bar. The rubber handle, the rubber handle straight bar is the goat, but bro, they destroyed it. Fuck. Dude, they stripped it. The rubber handle is no longer existed. It's gone. They've got rid of the rubber on it. Someone did. Why? Why would you do that? Man. The rubber handle was like the goat because it didn't make your hand so stinky. And it had nice grip. It's gone. They've completely stripped it. They have removed the maybe I'll grab it just to show you. They stripped it off. They actually just stripped it off, whoever did it. Okay, well usually my second alternative when it's broken is I just grab the black one. It's not the prettiest, but it doesn't feel the greatest and doesn't smell the greatest either, but it is what it is. It's a bit of a shame. I did like the rubber handle one. See, look at this. They stripped the rubber handle on the thing, so now it's just metal. So when that's gone, I usually just use this one, the black one. Now, of course, since we're going to be using these for basically the whole entire session, might as well wipe it, spray it some, give it some Dettol or some wipe, might as well. We're going to be using it anyways for a bit, so might as well spray it with some, whatever you call this thing. Also, they dilute the spray wipe is like probably really diluted. I could tell. It's like probably like not even near as effective as it should be. They probably like dilute it like 1 to 100 ratio. So I'm actually just spraying water, not even spraying any germ killer. Alright, that took way too long to set up, but it'll be worth it in the end. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that the rubber handle's gone. I used to use that a lot. You know what's so good about that golden hour is that no one's gonna contest this thing. Back in when it's the busy days, the luxury is you only get one of these yourselves, and then the other person would literally use the one next to you way too close. I can't imagine doing that now. But since this is golden hour and there's like one, two, three, four more additional machines. No, one, two, three, four, five additional more cable machines, right? No one's gonna contest this. Yeah, I remember back in the day, it used to be really awkward. Like you would use one of these and then the other person would just be like right a few feet away from you. First water is done. Yeah, but again, for triceps, you want to give it a longer rest time because they are like heavy. Biceps can do efficiency because lighter. We should probably drink the mixed water. Arm day is probably actually the arm day is the longest. That's fine. Is what it is. But the only thing I could really talk about is our ecosystem, which is Geonocrisis right now. Yeah, it turns out the city and the kingdom has actually got soldiers. Pretty impressive. They got like turrets and all that stuff too. Oh, yeah, the triceps are definitely good. Man, Yeah, I think actually before I want to make Industrial Forge, I kind of want to explore other maps. I want to find the best like main base. Hmm. In our Evolve series, we built one Industrial Forge in Cooked Earth, Scorched Earth, mainly because that place had so much metal. So I'm thinking, we either build an Industrial Forge in Extinction. I don't think I'm going to build the Industrial Forge in the center. Maybe, but I feel like there's some other cool places. I could also build an Industrial Forge in Lost Colony too. That little spot is actually not bad. The only problem is just a few revenants, but if I get like a turret there, it's gonna be all good. It's actually quite nice, but it overlooks the kingdom, but it's not that big. I think I'm gonna need some big space. Big space. I'm gonna need some big space because I'm gonna get a Dreadnought Nautus. I want a Dreadnoughtus. It's a big dino. Again, there's still other obulus places, right? See about it. I'll see about it. But yeah, I think we might explore other maps. I want to maybe unlock all the maps before we get Industrial Forge. But I will probably start getting like a fabricated sniper or something, right? Should probably start getting some guns. We got Juno aimbot, but I think some extra guns would be nice. I'll see about it. Man, that's good. We're on 4-5s now. Lock in. Okay. Yeah, I just need to figure out where I'm going to build a base. I still want to explore other. I might explore other maps, but before we explore other maps, thinking we should maybe look into getting like a fabricated sniper, maybe some better blue, some better armor or something. Yeah, not really. I think maybe either a shotgun or a fabricated sniper would be nice. Yeah, might get one of those two. The only thing we need for an that's why I want an industrial forge because if we get an industrial forge, then we can get a chemistry bench and then we can actually just mass create bullets. Currently though, I think the best spot out of all of the map, or out of all the no, out of all of the spots, I think the I I think the best spot might just be the center for now. Reason is because the center, when you load in the map, you're only loading in like a small little island. Because in our blue obulus base, it's just like a small island. So that actually loads in really nicely, right? But when you load in extinction, that big spike drop. If we load in Lost Colony, that's even a worse spike drop. So honestly, based on that alone, actually, matter of fact, the center might be the best base. Reason is because if we're going to be using it as a main base, right? I don't want to always freeze and lag the game every time I travel to it, right? And it seems like the center's the easiest to load. Not much to, yeah. Hmm. But that's only based on the PC, not like the actual gameplay. Okay, we're on 5-5s. Yeah, I figured it out. Again, that's why I do want to kind of explore the other maps too. Yeah. But you know, once we get rich enough, we're gonna have a turret on every single obelisk. I'll figure it out. But we can easily like grind. We can easily grind and get to the industrial. We can get into the industrial phase instantly, right? I've already got a really strong Anki that can get like 300 metal per node. We've also got the mod which allows us to carry a bit more than usual, which makes it nicer for solo grinding. And cryopods chilling, no cooldown. As much as the mining drill is cool, the mining drill doesn't give enough metal. All I know is that when it comes to like metal, Aberration's got the most metal. Ooh, and Aberration's got is the most polymer. Only problem is just Aberration's just nowhere near a terminal. Honestly, we might just make the industrial forge probably in the center first, right? Because look, even if we get industrial forge in the center, once we have one, we can always just make another one because we're gonna have so much metal. We can always just rebuild the make another one, you know. So we might just do that. It's gonna cost a lot of metal though. Don't even think we have much metal. I need like 1,500 cooked. Oh, I need some like cementing paste and all that stuff. Not very hard though. You know, the only hard thing is getting the cementing paste. Maybe I'll go find some beavers in extinction. Probably. Scorched earth kinda had the most resources. Not gonna lie. Scorched earth had metal. Scorched earth had oil pumps for oil. But the only thing is, I don't think the oil pumps are gonna work if I'm not in the if I'm not in the world. So Basilos might be the best oil source. But then also in scorched earth, cooked earth, there is free organic polymer from the mantises, which is kind of a big deal. Also, it's somehow getting really cold in the gym. Like I'm freezing right now. I think it must be because we start walking on a treadmill, so our body heat is disappearing. But like it's actually it's getting a bit cold. I'm getting. I found the matching things. Honestly, I might actually just build the stuff. I might. I don't really want to copy from my Evolve series, but if I just think about it, right, Cooked Earth literally has almost all the resources you need. Like the only downside is probably oil, but if we mass farm oil in a different map, should be fine. But nah, Scorched Earth literally has the best. Like there's lots of metal nearby. I'm going only based on what I know from Evolve, but lots of metal near the Green Obulus, some oil pumps if we need. Mantises in the field, in the desert for polymer. Scorpions for chitin, so cementing base done. So yeah, it's kind of the best. It's kind of the best. The only thing is oil, but I think if I just go to like the center and just quickly kill like a Basilo, we'll have like hundreds of oil. That will last us a long time. But the main thing when it comes to like weapons and stuff is like polymer, organic polymer, cementing paste is the big thing too. Cementing paste is kind of a big deal, and the center's got like no access to cementing paste. Or no, just no access to free chitin. Also, it's actually getting really cold in the gym somehow. Someone turned on the fridge. So yeah, I think we might have to go travel to Scorched Earth. But again, maybe before we go to Scorched Earth, we'll probably go towards. I want to explore like Ragnarok. Probably want to explore. What else is there to explore? I might even go on Extinction too. Only because Extinction's a lot more advanced, right? Extinction's got tech. I can't. I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't build a base in Scorched Earth because we did that last series, right? And I wanted to try something a bit new. So maybe Extinction. Extinction, or I might dabble in Ragnarok and Astro. This cable thing's a bit retarded. It's a bit broken. That's fine. Okay, now we can apply efficiency. Also, should probably go check the weight. Check the weight later. Wait, biceps had a faster efficiency. Oh, they did. Like, biceps had a faster efficiency, I forgot. Well, it's colder, jeez. Maybe story video today as well. I don't know. There's not much. When you're talking about our ecosystem in Arc Geno Crisis, right? Haven't really talked about much about real life, but it's been like real life is just kind of real life is kind of just normal, right? Just we're eating lower calories. Okay, still working on collecting assets regardless. Okay, what's happening in the world? No idea. It's kind of just a distraction, you know. Whole world could just blow up, and it is what it is. You don't know. AI is coming and all that stuff, right? I mean, it's already here. I already told you that humans, there's already like far more advanced AI than you think. I guess in real life you can work towards making money, but you can't make money. You can only take money. Again, our real life kind of adventure starts once the Instagram era pops up, right? Once our Instagram era pops up, we'll be fine. And again, if you're wondering what Instagram era means, basically means once our macro regime hits a good point, right? Then I will return to Instagram and then I'll see what happens, okay? And see what, yeah, just see what happens and then maybe, well, not maybe, but once we build enough of a foundation, then maybe we can start exploring the rest of the world with the money, get a camera person or something, or I'll see how it goes. I'll see how it goes. We'll see how Instagram here works. But right now, we just do what we're doing right now because it's like the best thing to do right now until we continue compounding, right? It is what it is. Keep compounding law. So what's the plan today? This, then up with the regime, then food, then editing, then dips and pull-ups, then food again, and then data work, and then Geno Crisis until don't know when. Probably not gonna do Overwatch today because the new season's pretty mid. So maybe we could finally do Surviving Mars. It's been a minute. See how it goes. Honestly, we might just do Surviving Mars. We actually I didn't even know I need to download the game again. Do I even have enough SSD storage in my PC? Might have to sacrifice uninstalling Overwatch for a bit. Probably for the better, to be honest. But when you have a good game in Overwatch, it's actually good though. That's the thing. Especially when you carry. Let's go check the weight and then I'll return back to interesting 69.50. We are dropping. I'm not sure how fast we're dropping though. See how it goes, right? 69.50. So we are dropping quite. Eh, should be right. Still gonna eat this rice until then. This is why the rubber one was better. Rubber grip was so much better. Well, why don't we try this? The one is that good? It's not bad, it's just slightly slower because we have to concentrate one arm each. My left arm's stronger than my right arm. I thought right arm's more dominant, but my left arm's a bit stronger, tiny bit. Why is that? So why is my left arm slightly stronger than my right arm? I don't know. What would cause the, no, everything should be pretty equal. Must be because of the angle. Oh, it's because of the angle. Because over here, I'm like basically straight. But when I was doing this, I was like on an angle. I have to step like that. Yeah, okay. The one-handed thing's not actually that bad, by the way, if you're wondering. It's quite nice. So, straight, and then, now when we use the left arm, straight, perpendicular, like, I have to go on an angle a bit like this. There we go. Oh, now it feels good. There you go. It's because I was on an angle. It's because I never changed my footwork when I was doing that. Alright, that's Jimmy. Appreciate it. See you guys next time, right? We're done. So yeah, a lot of basically just mainly talking about Geno Crisis, right? Because it's actually something we can do. And I guess we could also do Surviving Mars. Alright, appreciate it.
Hey guys, welcome back. So, I don't know what kind of story video I promised this morning, I can't remember, but Mr. Nightmare the Goat has dropped 3 disturbing true unexplained horror. Unexplained? Lock in, don't give me an ad. Shut up. Of course it's gonna give me an ad, so we're gonna obviously do only one story of this because I didn't remember giving it that long today. And then we're gonna hop into probably Ark, or maybe some Overwatch. I should stop doing Overwatch, but I kinda wanna play support right now. No joke, I kinda wanna play support right now. You know what I mean? Lock in. Oh. Story 1 by Matt G. Let's go.
I'll be the first to admit that I'm one of the most skeptical people I know. I don't believe in ghosts or any other paranormal stuff.
Bit.
I'm quick to dismiss stories that seem fake, or at the very least fabricated.
Real.
That's why I'm completely at a loss for words at what happened to me just weeks ago. I wanted to write all of this while it was fresh in my mind. I can't explain what happened.
Fresh out of your mind, but you said this a week ago. Buddy, already a flaw there. You want to get it fresh out of your mind. Why are you waiting 1 week afterwards?
To me, and to be honest, I'm still terrified. I thought to myself, maybe if I write what happened to me and share it with the internet, maybe someone out there can explain what happened.
I got you.
Well, hopefully somebody out there can explain.
I got you.
My friend Steve and his wife were going out of town for the weekend for their anniversary.
Uh-huh.
The two of them don't travel alone a lot because they have 2 children and a dog. I know for some people that's a first world problem, and you're correct, but Steve isn't struggling financially. He built this massive home in the middle of nowhere because he likes privacy, and if you're fortunate enough to do that, I can't blame you. Well, for Steve and his wife, the stars were about to align perfectly. The 2 kids were going out of town for some type of school trip, so they were going to be alone with just the dog. When Steve told me all this, I insisted on going over and watching the dog for the weekend so he and his wife could go on a romantic weekend getaway. He agreed, and the plan was set in stone. I would be watching his beautiful golden retriever for the weekend.
Stop lying. You're not even looking after the dog. You're looking to make sure that no one robs the house. You're basically a personal security guard for a rich hat. Okay. Let's be honest, they're not actually looking for the dog. They're just basically being a security guard. Lock in.
I made my way to the house on Friday afternoon. I didn't work weekends, so I planned on just staying there Friday through Sunday. Steve stocked the house full of food and snacks for me and made sure I had everything I needed. It was a bit overkill for a weekend pet sitting job, but I wasn't complaining. I love dogs and I love quiet weekends, so win-win for me. Now for the scary part. On Friday night, the dog and I just hung out and watched movies. Steve sent me a text around 9 p.m. and said, "Don't get scared being all alone in that house. It can get pretty spooky at night when you're by yourself."
You got a
I
dog.
gave him a single LOL text back and told him to shut up. As I said before, I'm a very skeptical person. I don't get scared of empty houses or being alone in the middle of nowhere.
You got a dog.
I'm well aware that anything can happen.
You got a dog.
So I just don't get scared easily.
You got a dog.
I slept in the spare bedroom, and Steve's dog came with me.
Sounds
We
chill.
went to bed around 1 a.m.
What?
At 3:21 in the morning, I woke up to the sound of the dog barking downstairs.
W
That
dog.
loud and vicious barking. I
Nice.
won't lie, that actually did scare me. But more of the surprise scare, not that scared out of my skin kind of scare. I made my way downstairs, and the entire time, the dog never stopped barking.
W dog.
I finally found the dog in the kitchen barking at the door that led to the basement. All the hair on his back was standing straight up, and the dog looked incredibly spooked by something.
Open the door. Let the dog go
I
on.
was calling his name and trying to calm him down,
Oh.
but he just wouldn't stop barking.
Yeah. Okay. Go
I
check.
grabbed the doorknob, and this sent the dog into a spiral. He was now running back and forth barking and just going insane. Of course, my first thought was maybe some kind of intruder in the basement. Possible, but unlikely. Steve has all that super fancy security equipment,
Oh.
so breaking in is not something that's easy.
Oh, okay.
I grabbed a big knife from the kitchen and opened the door. The dog ran to the doorway but didn't go down into the basement. He just stood at the frame and growled. His
Nice.
hair still sticking straight up.
W dog.
I turned the light on and descended the stairs. I started yelling a bunch of stuff, pretending to be a lot tougher than I am, but I heard or saw nothing down there. I tried calling the dog down into the basement, but he wasn't moving. I even went as far as to look all around the basement to give my mind some peace. It's a finished basement, so I looked in closets in every corner, behind furniture, and even in the bathroom that's down there. No intruder and no evil ghosts. The only thing I did notice was how unreasonably cold it was down there. I know it's a basement, but I've been down there a million times, and it's not that cold. Even in the dead of winter, it's never that cold. At the end of the day, a cold basement is no reason to freak out and run away. I spent the rest of the night in the living room. It took a while, but the dog finally calmed down, and we both fell asleep again. The next day, the dog was completely fine. We played outside for a while, and I just spent most of the day listening to music and watching movies. I went down in the basement at one point during the day, and the temperature was completely normal. It felt like the rest of the house.
So it just
I
must have
didn't
been the
really
wind.
spend much time giving it thought, and just went about the rest of the day.
Yeah, it just must have been the wind in.
That night, I decided to stay on the couch, just in case the dog had another basement door incident. I wanted to stay up later, but I ended up falling asleep while watching a movie. Once again, at almost the exact same time, I woke up to the dog throwing a fit and barking like the house was on fire or something. I stormed into the kitchen, and again, I tried getting the dog to stop barking, but he wouldn't listen for the second night in a row. But this night was different. I didn't think it was possible, but the dog was even more erratic that night than he was on the previous night. I knew nothing was down there, so I told him repeatedly that it was okay.
Did you check though?
It was like I wasn't even there. When I grabbed the doorknob this time, instead of continuing to bark, he started to cry and whimper. It was the strangest thing. I let go of the knob, and when I tried to console the dog, he started barking again. I was annoyed and confused. One last time, I grabbed the knob and went downstairs. Again, the dog started to cry and still wouldn't follow me into the basement. This
W.
time was different.
L dog.
It was still cold down there, just like the previous night.
Okay.
But this time, it stunk so badly. I don't know how to describe the smell other than just bad. But perhaps the weirdest thing was that some of the pictures he had on the wall of his family were knocked over, and the bar stools down there were also knocked to the ground.
Who knocked it down?
Other than that, nothing else was misplaced or destroyed. I picked up the bar stools and also the pictures and just set them on the bar. The smell was so overbearing that I didn't even want to be down there anymore. I went back upstairs, and for the first 30 minutes or so, the dog continued to bark, and I tried to figure out what could be the reason for the smell. When the dog finally calmed down, I gave him a treat and we both fell asleep. When I woke up in the morning, I went into the basement to try to get to the bottom of the smell, but the smell was gone, not even a lingering odor. Also, the dog followed me down, and he was happy as can be. For 2 nights, that dog refused to come into the basement with me, but today, he went down there without a care in the world. I was completely stumped. I had no clue what had happened the previous 2 nights. Steve got home around 1 in the morning, and as you may expect, his dog was jumping for joy. His wife took the dog outside, and I started catching up with Steve for a bit. He asked how everything was, and I told him that, for the most part, everything was great. He gave me a confused look when I said for the most part, so I explained in detail what happened over the weekend. I totally expected him to laugh and assume I was playing a joke on him, but he didn't laugh. He didn't even smile. He just stood there. He finally looked down and told me that, occasionally, when the dog was a puppy, he would have these barking fits and just go crazy barking at that door. Apparently, he hadn't done it in years, so Steve forgot about it. They never knew the reason, but then one night, he just stopped doing it. I could tell Steve was freaked out, a lot more freaked out than I was. We talked about it for a little longer, but ultimately, I kept telling Steve not to worry, and it's probably nothing. It's been 2 weeks, and I have not been able to stop thinking about it. Steve told me that since they've been home, the dog has been completely normal and has had no basement door episodes. I've tried looking into it myself, but I haven't found anything that could logically explain what happened. Just when I think I may have found something that sort of explains what happened, once I add everything up, it doesn't make sense.
Those basement stores are weird. That's AI generated right there. How does that even stand up? Those basement stores aren't even real. This image is fake. Yeah, this is literally a fake image. What?
So what's the deal? Can someone out there explain to me why that dog was acting this way? What was the smell, and where did it come from? I need help, people. I'm losing sleep, and I don't even live in that house. I just want some sort.
You're welcome, my friend. I know exactly the situation. Must have been the wind, number one. Number two, you probably smell bad. You can't find the smell because it was you. Okay? I didn't hear you take a shower. Okay? You sat all day at home, watching movies, eating food. Did you take a shower? I didn't hear you take a shower. Must have been you. Okay? The smell's you. Smell also could be the dog. Dog probably took a fart. Matter of fact, it was probably you who took a fart in the basement and they went, "Oh, that smells terrible. What does that smell?" I don't know where it came from. You took a fart, okay? Admit it. You've been watching movies all day, eating shit, okay? Eating snacks. You take a fart. You smell your own shit. That's the only explanation of the smell. It was your own fart. Okay? I'm smart. You smell your own fart. How else would it smell bad if it wasn't you? It was all you. Okay, you took a fart. You took a silent fart. Okay, you woke up groggy. Oh, dog's barking. It's 3 a.m. You probably took a fart while you're walking down there. What's that smell? Oh, it smells terrible. Bro, it's your own fart. Okay, that's the only explanation, okay? Ghosts aren't real. For the dog crying, the owner must be holding some kind of backstory, okay? We don't have much content. What's more about the dog? Where'd you get the dog from? Was the dog born there? You know, maybe the dog saw some traumatic thing. Maybe when the dog was a puppy, the kid kicked it down the basement, or it probably got abused. You don't know. Maybe the owner did something bad to the dog, gave it PTSD, right? So whenever the owner's not here, the dog thinks about its PTSD with it getting abused in the basement. You know, that is my explanation. Okay, 1, must have been the wind. 2, your own fart was the smell. 3, the dog must have some kind of backstory lore where it got abused by the owner, and when the owner's not there, it recollects the memories of it getting abused. Matter of fact, let me guess. Oh, let me guess. When the dog was misbehaving, he would like put the dog in the basement and close the door on it. Yep. That pretty much just solves everything, right? Detective Wong. Easy as that. You're welcome, my friend. Hopefully you see this video. You won't be so afraid. Okay? Your own fart. And dog's got some PTSD, okay? When the owner's not there, right? The dog must be like just, I don't know, messed up. PTSD, right? Because when I was a puppy, I bet when I was like having a barking tantrum, the owner probably just shoved it in the basement and closed the door on it. Yeah. 100%. 100% the owner did that. Hey, shut up, dog! Shove in the basement, close the door. Dog's got some PTSD now. Is what it is. Alright, well, we'll save that for next time. That was pretty interesting. Bro didn't even think about him. I didn't even hear him take a shit or take a shower. So definitely him. You know what I mean? Is what it is. Right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it. Alright, see you guys soon.